I'm Dan, he's Bo, and Bo, this is a big game today. The Nationals have dropped 3 in a row now for the first time in a long time. They've got Atlanta coming into town tomorrow, so all of a sudden, it's a pretty big game today.
Yes, it is. One, it's a big game because you want to gain some momentum going into that big series against the Braves. When you look at the fact that we've lost 3 in a row, they've won 2 in a row, and it's against the Phillies. So they've created even more separation from Philadelphia, and now they're creating more separation from us as well because of the fact that we have not won in the course of the last 3 games. This is a big game. One, you do not want to get swept at home, and you want to have some momentum going into the showdown with the Braves.
We're looking forward to today, not just because it was Steven Strasburg taking the mound and the Nationals and Dodgers playing some baseball on a beautiful afternoon here in D.C., but because we would find out an update on Max Scherzer, who had a little bit of a setback with his back issue the other day, got a stem cell shot, and was shut down for the last 2 days, was set to maybe play catch today. That didn't end up happening. Let's go to Davey Martinez, who has the latest update on the Nationals' ace right-hander.
He's got a cardio day today. He's going to stretch, and then we'll go from there. See how he feels after that. I mean, right now it's still TBD. We'll see how he feels today. You know, as you know, he was shut down for a few days. So he's been on and off. Like I said, you know, Max, he's a little frustrated right now. So. A little ornery, but you know, hopefully this is something that we could take care of sooner than later. I want to make sure that he's 100%. I mean, we need Max to be 100% to get us through, you know, the next few months. So, regardless of how, you know, he's got to prove to us that he is that, you know. And like I said, the last time out, he was very adamant that he was good to go. His bullpen was awesome, and all of a sudden, you know, then he woke up after a start and didn't feel so good. So, so hopefully, you know, this, like I said, this will be a short stint that we get him back. And haven't talked to him today, but I know what he's going to go through after talking to Paul. So I'll talk to him, you know, later on before the game and see how he's doing, how he's feeling. We're talking about Max, so who knows what he's thinking and what he's going to do if he goes and works out and says, you know what, I don't feel a thing. I don't know, you know. So I don't want to jump to any conclusions until I talk to Max.
So Tuesday was supposed to be Max Scherzer's day against the Braves. You know how badly he wanted to make that start, especially after missing that series in Atlanta a little over a week ago. Bo, how do you process everything that Davey Martinez just said and the fact that Max Scherzer did not play catch or throw a bullpen today?
You know, I'm going to try to be as optimistic as possible, but when you listen to Dave Martinez talk, there's no conviction there that Max is okay. And the fact that we don't have any conviction from the manager that he's okay, it leads me to believe that there is more to this story as it relates to Max Scherzer and his health. I agree with Dave Martinez. This guy is irreplaceable for the long term as you look at what the Washington Nationals want to do as an organization. I don't think that they're going to put Max at risk at missing any extended time. So hopefully we're able to get him to 100% and he's able to make this start on Tuesday. But if he's not 100%, to me, you basically allow him to get healthy because it's just too much to risk sending him out there and he's not good to go.
And Max has said that there have been times before in his career where he's thrown a bit of an unusual day before start bullpen where he just goes like 15 pitches and then is able to get on the mound the next day and pitch. I would imagine the Nationals would really not want to do that, and Davey Martinez has all but said if he doesn't throw a full bullpen, we can't risk heading him out there and having him get a normal start. So we'll see how that all plays out over the next 24, 48 hours. Bo, these next 3 series coming up for the Nationals are big. They finish off today this series against the Dodgers, the team with the best record in Major League Baseball. Then, as we said, the Braves come into town for a big 3-game set. But then 2 above 500 teams follow Atlanta on the Nationals schedule. The Nats go out west to play the Diamondbacks, who are a game above 500 currently, and the Giants, who are a game above 500 currently. So a little bit of a challenge here for the Nationals as they face some better teams than they have over the last month or so. How do you evaluate the way that the Nationals have played against better competition over the course of this season?
Well, head-to-head competition is always a great measuring stick. So when you look at our record and you see that it's below 500 against teams with a better than 500 record, at some point again in this season, you're going to have to beat these teams, and what better way to do that than when you play them head-to-head as you come down the stretch, and playoff implications will be riding on all of these games. And when you look at the fact that the Nationals did a tremendous job of taking care of those opponents that we should beat based on those teams that are sub 500, we need to basically play better baseball against the stiffer competition so that we can start to create some separation from those teams.
The Nationals go into play today with the 4th best record in the National League, so there aren't a whole lot of teams above them in the league in terms of teams that they're needing to play up against. One thing to keep in mind here when you look at this below 500 record against teams with an above 500 record is that the Nationals hit a soft point in their schedule when they started clicking as a team. So, Bo, they haven't really gotten tested against the better teams lately.
Yes, and I think that test is going to come now when you start to look at the schedule that's in front of us, and that's why it's imperative at this juncture of the year, when you look at the fact that you're at game number 105, you're not going to have too much schedule to make up for a lack in your ability to play your best baseball. Obviously, we know the first 50 games, it's a wash. We did a great job in the 50 games following that to put us in a position to now make a run, but now I think the rubber has met the road as it relates to the rest of the season. We need to play our best baseball from this point moving forward. If not, we're going to run out of schedule and just not going to be able to catch these teams that would be in front of us.